Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, yeah, the game coming up against Arkansas. I've been thinking about this. Is this a trap game? I can tell you the Vols better be ready because Arkansas's offense is no joke. And even though they do have a new head coach, guess who it is? Bobby Petrino. No surprise there. He's the offensive coordinator. And they've been terrific on offense. Taylor Green is going to be a problem Saturday afternoon. You can just count on it. He's been a problem every game he's played. And Arkansas is hoping they go back to the glory of 2008 through 2011 when Petrino was head coach and had all that success.
Next Saturday night, we're sending you back to the future.
Yeah, they're trying to go back to the future. Yep. And they're going to try to hit 88 miles per hour Saturday afternoon. And we got to stop them. The big issue is going to be Taylor Green. Now, this fella can run and throw as well as anybody out there. He's just shy of 60% completion rate against top 25, and he's thrown for 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He throws around 60%. The big thing, the guy's 6'6", 225 pounds, great runner. He is really fast. He reminds me like a skinnier, slightly taller Lenore Sellers. He's got great speed. Now, he's not as strong as Lenore's, but he throws the ball better. Honestly, at the first of the year, I thought he had a chance to win the Heisman. He's that talented, and I know the NFL scouts are looking at him pretty hard. Now, this is a team that's 2-3 that could easily be 4-1. They had Memphis beat. They have this stupid fumble at the last second, lose the game there, and then they could have beaten Ole Miss. They were getting ready to go ahead, it looked like, with just a minute and a half left, had another terrible fumble. They wind up losing that game that I would have put them at about a 65% chance of winning that game the way they were driving the ball. I mean, they were well inside Ole Miss's 30-yard line, as I recall. So after those two terrible fumbles, I mean, both of which cost them games, it feels like they felt snake bit, and then Notre Dame just beat the crap out of them. And that pretty much did it for Sam Pittman. He was gone. And they've been waiting to fire him for a while anyway. I think that's why Petrino was brought in, sort of a Trojan horse situation. And you can understand why. They had a lot of success with Bobby Petrino. Arkansas's best football days were with him. When you look back here with Bobby Petrino from 2008 to 2011, he took over. They were 5-7. Next year, his first full year, 8-5. The next year, 10-3. Then 11-2. And they won the Cotton Bowl. They even played in the Sugar Bowl. You know, every year he was there except his first one, they were in a bowl game. Then he gets into a motorcycle wreck with his girlfriend, and Arkansas lets him go. I'm wondering if in hindsight they hadn't wished they'd have kept him, because you know they remember those great days when they were on top of the world winning 10-11 in games.
Remember?
Oh, yeah, they remember. They're like Pepperidge Farm. So I think that's why he was brought in as offensive coordinator, coach in waiting. Now, his schedule remaining is very difficult. He's got 7 of the toughest games you can imagine. And Tennessee's just the beginning of their problems. Then they got to play Texas A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State, who is a darn good team now. They're 4-2, by the way. At LSU, oh, man, looks like it might be in the afternoon. It could change, though. If it's in the afternoon, they got at least a chance. Then at Texas and Missouri. I mean, that's very difficult. I don't think there's any way he can have a winning record through that. But if he won 2 or 3 of those ball games and looked good in the rest, at least gave everybody a game, I think he'll be retained. Now, this is not going to be easy for Arkansas. Their defense is terrible. They're last in the SEC in scoring, and they have not shown up. I mean, you've got this great offense, and you're 2-3. Granted, there were 2 fumbles, but if their defense was any good at all, let's just say it was 10th ranked in the SEC. They're 4-1 easily. They just can't stop anybody, and they're going to have a tough time in Neyland. You'll not find a tougher team to play against at home than Tennessee. When they play at Neyland, Georgia's the only one that's been able to beat them since Josh Heupel showed up in Neyland, and they darn near lost this year. So you're probably going to find it's going to be tough to stop the Vols for Arkansas. But they have fired both their defensive coordinators and their defensive line coach. And they brought in a fellow by the name of Chris Wilson, who was on the team already as a coach. and he's taken over the defensive coordinator position, and they brought in, and they moved up another guy on for defensive line. So we might be in for a shootout. That's what it feels like to me. Like this could be like a 45 or 42 to 31 type of game. There could be a lot of scoring in this.
Giggity.
So Tennessee needs to get on their horse and stay on it early, because Taylon Green's the type of guy that will break your heart on third down, because you'll cover all the wide receivers, and cover the running backs coming out of the backfield, and you think you've got him and you're getting ready to get the ball back, and everything's going to be fine. And here comes Taylon Green in those legs. And dude can stride, and he can run. And he will break your heart and break a defense's heart. That's what the guy does. When you look at his rushing stats, here's all 5 games. 41 yards, 151 yards, 115 yards, 53 yards, 81 yards. That was even against Notre Dame, had 81 yards. He averages over 8 yards a carry. So he's their leading rusher. So that, you just know. You've got to pay attention to him. You have to have a spy on him. He's a problem. Now, for Arkansas, they got a lot to deal with when it comes to Tennessee. Joey Aguilar is a true gunslinger. At 6'3", 220, he can see over the line. He's strong. He's hard to sack, and he gets rid of the ball very quickly and throws with anticipation. He's already thrown for almost 1,500 yards. He's averaging close to 300 yards a game. 13 touchdowns, the 5 interceptions, 4 of which were not on him. He literally had 4 balls that either hit our players' hands and popped up, or our receiver fell down. So he's had 1 legitimate interception out of all those. He's very good under pressure. You're not going to rattle the kid. 14 for 14 against Georgia in the first quarter and a half. You're not going to upset him. He's going to play like he plays. Now, he is not really a running quarterback to speak of. He can run, and he's a strong runner, but he's not fast. He's not Josh Dobbs or Hendon Hooker or Taylon Green. But he's a decent runner. And when he does run, it's successful because they don't expect it. You think he's going to do the RPO and he's going to hand it off. And occasionally he'll keep it, and next thing you know, he's in the end zone after a 5-yard run. He throws for a nice completion rate, around 65%, and Tennessee needs to run the ball. The offensive line has been doing a really good job of protecting Joey, but they haven't done as good a job in run blocking. Now, David Sanders is now available, so they've got great depth at offensive line. The big question has been defense. We've had so many injuries, such key injuries. Our best player on defense, Jermod McCoy, goes out with an ACL in a training accident, basically, where he was getting ready for the season. He may or may not be back for this game. We thought he was going to be back. That was the report, but Josh Heupel threw ice water on that one and said, wait a minute, this guy's coming back from a major injury. Don't be pressing him. So we'll see. He might play, he might not. I'm leaning towards thinking he won't. We are getting David Hobbs back, a 5-star defensive tackle that we desperately need. We just got Jackson Moy back. Against Georgia, we had 4 terrific starters out in that game. And it was only, the 3rd game of the season or whatever. So we've had a terrible injury bug on defense. Getting some of those guys back will help a lot. And especially against the run. We've not been stopping the run, something we always are great at. But when you lose 2 or 3 of your defensive tackles early in the season, it makes it tough. Well, having both Moy back and Hobbs is huge. So I think we'll do better against the run up the middle. That doesn't mean we're going to stop Taylon Green. He's going to get his numbers. I'll just go ahead and tell you. It's like Jordan. Jordan's going to get his numbers. You just got to hope to contain him.
Stop it. Get some help.
So I'm looking for a high-scoring game here. This is absolutely a trap game. You've got a brand-new head coach. The team's probably going to be excited. You saw what happened with UCLA when they brought in new coach, new offensive coordinator, that new Hassel guy. And Nico played out of his mind. And the defense might show up for Arkansas. They might have some energy instead of just playing like crap the way they have the first half of the year. So this is absolutely a trap game. I'm really glad this is at Neyland. If this was at Arkansas, especially at night, I'd be very concerned because we could be in a huge shootout if that was the case. But having it at Neyland, well, that'll help our defense a lot against Taylon, who is the key. You got to stop him. And with Tennessee having some of their defensive players back, that should help. And I expect Tennessee to score a lot of points. They're going to need to. They need to score at least 35 points in this game and hopefully get up into the 40s, which is what they average. And I think we'll be fine. But if we're in the 20s, it's going to be tough. We may lose. If we don't score more than 24 or 27 points, I don't know that we win this ball game because we've not stopped a lot of teams, and this is a great offense we're going against. Well, they got a great quarterback. And Bobby Petrino is going to throw some wrinkles at us, and he's going to try to keep the ball out of Joey's hands. I would not be a bit surprised with a fake punt or an onside kick like UCLA did to Penn State. Something tricky is going to happen in this game with Petrino because, look, he's playing with house money. He might as well try everything he's been thinking about for the last 10 years. Nobody's going to blame you if you lose, Bobby. That's just a fact. So it should be a great ball game. It's going to be at 4:15. And I believe last time I checked, Tennessee's favored by about 11. It was around 13. It's come down to 11. I expect Tennessee to win this game, but I think there's going to be a lot of scoring. So it could definitely be a tricky game, especially if we're looking forward to playing Alabama. Better focus on this one because I can promise you Arkansas is going to show up to play, and they're going to be excited. And we need to not let them get any momentum. And Neyland is pretty good at stopping that kind of crap. Anyway, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover all these big college sports stories. If you've not subscribed, boom, boom, and boom. That subscribe button right there will get you my videos. Won't cost you a dime. And right over here is the most recent video YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.
We're putting the band back together.